Let me see your hair. Go ahead, take off your hoodie.
Oh man, look, hush, come on, we up and running now, okay? Just making sure everything all right.
All right. Okay, come on. What are we talking?
So this is Conscious Community Connections, 104.5 FM WRFU. All right, I need to read the disclaimer or say it, recite it, and WRFU is an online. Dang. Ooh. I'm getting stumbled on over here. All right. It's WRFU 104.5. Views expressed of those of the speakers and are not intended to represent WRFU, UC, IMC, or Abandoned Socialist Forum. Yes, it is day 100 of this, this
coronavirus lockdown. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. But I know for sure that with the social distancing and stuff like that, we need to understand that there's some underlying things that need to be uncovered, I should say, with this. But I remember viewing something online. I think it was like, if you cover up your mouth too long, you could start, I don't know, regurgitating the virus or making yourself sicker. And it was just all kinds of crazy stuff that, came with this virus, pandemic, panic. It's just, in the beginning, it was so fearful. People were so afraid of it, due to all of the media and how they were pushing it. It was just really overwhelming.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't help seeing people just drop over there in China while they waiting to see the doctor. That didn't help. That don't make it no better.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know about y'all, man, but I got a Corona beard and an afro. I need 3 haircuts, man.
3?
3. Barbershop's been closed. I'm gaining weight. Stuck in the house. I work out, but I'm still gaining weight, man. How about you?
I gained some weight.
You did?
Yeah. Some people were saying like, "Oh my gosh, you're so skinny. What's going on?" Yeah, I gained my weight back just a little bit. I ain't a lot.
Yeah.
You can see it in my face, but I just had to get some stuff, taken care of.
But you look good though. That's good. See, it look good on you.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Right. So that's cool, man. So it looks healthy. It looks healthy.
Yeah, good. Because I'm supposed to be 160 and what, 5'2"?
You was once. Never mind. I ain't gonna even go in there. Okay. We'll leave that alone.
Yeah, I was.
We'll leave that alone. So
a vegan and still having stomach problems.
Wow, really?
Yeah. That's a whole.
I hear a lot of people go and be vegans, but some of your biggest animals are herbivores, like elephants, giraffes.
Yep.
They herbivores. That's all they eat is plants.
Yeah. But we got different stomachs, different insides.
Right.
You gotta think about that.
Right. Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Well, I know you very conscious on your health and spirituality, mentality. You aware of all this. That's what make you the star of this whole thing. Because if you want to have somebody out there to come talk to you about mindfulness and meditation and just slowing down and learning yourself, this is the person who you need to talk to right here. She is awesome. That's all I gotta say. I wish she could give me a haircut right now, but it's not gonna help. I look like Jesse Jackson's little lost son. So. His illegitimate son.
My, dang.
I look like Jesse Jackson, illegitimate son, man.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
When I seen you the other day, I was like, oh my.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to talk to him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him up. I want my money. Cause somebody been playing around.
Oh my goodness, hush.
Yeah.
No.
But man, we got some things going on. We got some things that's happening. Since the lockdown, we got Atlanta, they open up. Certain cities open up. Certain cities still locked down. Man, Atlanta, as soon as they opened up, they had a party. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, they had a real big party over there. They had They was over there in the parking lot and clowning and doing donuts in cars.
Hey,
right.
I mean, some people are, some people really need to understand, with any pandemic,
right.
You do need to take some action on your, for yourself and your family and stuff like that. Yeah. But I know life does move on, and I don't know how long, you need to have the population be at a standstill, but you can't do it for a long time until some people start to react and respond in a violent way. Right. Right. So, I mean,
I'm not going out there yet. Y'all could have all that. I'm good, man. If I go out there, I'm going to have a mask on. I got gloves because, number one, I was checking out the 1918 pandemic. That thing lasts for about 3 years or 2 years. So that's not something that just all of a sudden.
1918, and there wasn't a lot of people during that time either. So.
I'm not going out there, man. And they did the same thing. They shut down Los Angeles, and then they hurried up and reopened. And when they hurried up and reopened, they had a resurgence, and then there was a big die-off again. I'm afraid that that's going to happen this time. But people not taking this thing serious. That's all I can say. I got family members who already said it ain't gonna stop me. But you need to be thinking about tomorrow. It's not that it's stopping. It's just just be a little bit more cautious about what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all I'm saying.
For sure.
Yeah.
And understand people need to also understand about the human body. They really need to do some anatomy type of things because. I mean, these people, they can be lying about certain things. I don't know if you want to, keep saying this a conspiracy theory and all this other stuff. But once it comes down to the biology, the anatomy, and health alone, if your body can't fight off certain things, you're going to have some buildup, some mucus, some pneumonias, a cold, influenza. Right. I mean, autoimmune diseases. That's all they are.
There you go.
Into one. Take care of yourself.
Man, I agree. I think just take your time. Don't rush out here. See, if Kiki was here, Kiki would be like, I think we should just take our time. And
that's his voice.
Take our time, man.
Oh my!
We need to rush out there and do these things. Kiki, we love you, brother.
Yeah, we do. Damon.
Yep.
Yes.
But I'm surprised they listen to the officials. You know what? This just goes to show you. You hear what you want to hear, because usually don't nobody listen to no officials. But when they said you can open up, they was rushing out there. They told me it must be cool.
Yeah, they was rushing.
Okay. That was not good, but what else we gonna cover this evening? What you want?
So we wanted. I at least wanted to talk about an idle mind. An idle mind. An idle mind is detrimental.
What they say, an idle mind, a devil workshop.
Yeah, devil playground. However you want to call it, however you want to reference it, quote it in your own words, whatever it is. An idle mind is not a mind that is working for the betterment of that person.
Okay.
Right. So an idle mind is just sitting, pondering, thinking, worrying, anxious, right. All of those things. Might even have some type of negative thought, like a fixed mindset going on, and it just over and over again, just replaying, So an idle mind right now is not the best thing to do.
That's right. That's right.
So with the idle mind, you need to know that reading, doing some type of growth, some type of spirituality, some type of decency, of consuming positive words, affirmations, something positive. It can be, I'm always pushing, go ahead and listen to or watch some type of white noise, mindfulness music without instrument, music without lyrics, like instrumentals. So an idle mind is a mind that is easy or easier to manipulate, period. That's what an idle mind is. I had to look up the definition of an idle mind, and it was really amazing what I was, what I pulled up. And I thought I was, going into something that will really be interesting to talk about. And I'm like, let me look for something. But it was just the thought of how people sit during this time and they let the stress build up. And when I say you let the stress build up, because there's plenty of opportunities and options during this time where you might not have work to do, but you do have work to do. Okay? And work could be where, hey, I need to do some more studying on this particular subject, or I'll be able to at least try to do some more promotion for my small business. And I don't mind right now during this time could be very detrimental to someone that does not have the right mindset.
Right. I agree, man.
Yep.
I agree. I've been reading, studying. Well, I stay busy anyhow. But I need to get busy doing some art.
Art?
Yeah, I need to do some relaxing. I've been doing mostly stress stuff.
Stress?
Yeah.
Art is amazing. It is great.
But my art, the creativity, man. I can't get the creativity kicking in.
Hey, it could be something small, simple, but I think once you start picking it up and getting into it, then you can, really craft it and perfect it,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you need to perfect, art, but, yeah.
I need something to inspire me. I'm not inspired. I just sit there, I be like, Somebody said try something.
Try what?
I don't know. What they say?
Try read.
Just
try
draw a circle or a butterfly and then add on to it.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just start with an image and then just add on to that image, because I'm just not inspired, man. Not too much, but
Well, what used to inspire you? Think about that. What used to inspire you? Or maybe even ask yourself, like, hey, is there something else that I should be looking up to give me some inspiration?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to play around with that one. I gotta figure out to get that kicked off. I gotta kind of look back into that. I haven't really been just not inspired. I'm kind of like blood. I feel like this, like blood. I think that's just really a sign of the times right now. The fact that it is so much negative news and different things coming at you. And I believe that's where a lot of that is probably coming from. But at the same time, I am looking for opportunities. So I'm more left-brained right now. I need my right brain to kick in. And the right brain sort of, it's iffy, right? It's there, but like I had one idea, but then the idea comes late at night. And everybody's doing Zoom meetings, about 100 Zoom meetings all day. Zoom meetings go all day. I don't have one day free without Zoom almost. It's a Zoom meeting just going. We need you at this meeting, that meeting.
Yeah.
And then we still working, but we working from home.
Right.
So that's stressful. But I'm going to have to just take one day for myself.
Right. Yeah. Hey, right now is the time to do it. Right now is the time to do it. I mean, I've thought about, like, hey, what do I really, really, really want to do?
Right.
And I've thought about some things. And I also thought about those things way before this time, way before the pandemic. I thought about, what did I want to do? What did I want to become? What type of small business I wanted to open? How much money did I want to save, or possibly, how much money do I want to invest?
Okay.
So all these things I already thought about, before this happened. So it's like, it's time to activate. It's time to execute. It's time to, you know, do some processing. You know, it's time to just work on it and do it. You know,
Okay.
and with the idle mind, you might just be sitting and pondering and thinking, and there's not too much action going on.
Okay.
You know?
Stagnation.
Yes, stagnation.
It's no
Yes.
no movement. Yeah, that's bad. I think being stagnant is actually worse than moving backwards. Because at least if you're doing something and it's, let's say you're moving not backwards, but just moving in the opposite of direction where you're going, you get a chance to learn something. But just being standing still, there's no growth.
Right. And we as humans, we will get to that point where we're stagnant, and then we might feel like, hey, I can be comfortable with this.
Okay.
It's all right to be like this.
Okay.
It's okay to not want more, do more. I'm fine with, you know, going to the store every day to just purchase, you know, 2 or 3 items that I need and want. I'm fine and okay that I don't want, you know, a higher paying job. I'm okay with not all these responsibilities. There's a long list of things that can come up with excuses or just being comfortable, you know, with where you are.
Yeah.
And still, that can be detrimental to you, you know?
I ain't thinking.
So, an idle mind, I mean, like the definition here, it says an idle mind is just a sitting target for the devil or some other bad A entity to start working on thoughts in their
bad A entity.
Yeah.
Oh, a bad A. A as an A. Oh.
A.
Yeah.
A bad A entity to start working on thoughts in their bad thoughts. So I mean, just having negative thoughts create more negative thoughts, create more negative responses. It's like, you know, a negative plus a negative doesn't equal a positive. Period. It's more negative.
You know, and that make a lot of sense because I found myself drifting down things I did, and these things I can't change. So I was wasting energy, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Can't be doing that.
Right.
Nope. Don't need to do it.
Okay.
And I mean, limit what you consume on a daily. And I mean, it will help if you add more positive things, if you add more affirmations or talking to yourself or listening to some type of podcast, you know, that's positive or neutral, you know, it's not always talking about something bad, you know, so it's a lot of factors and modalities that you got to look at, you know, so you need to understand that an idle mind, it's a group of things, you know.
Right. Okay.
That it will play on your mind and your thought, and you thinking that you're losing when actually it's like a life lesson, you know.
Right.
So I just enrolled into the yoga. It's a yoga teaching course, so it's just at the beginner's level. But we have to read. I think it's Bhagavad Gita. I think I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah, don't get me started with
and
names.
Then it's Yama and Niyamas. So I'm reading Yamas and Niyamas right now. And it's like an eightfold type of model of what you should and shouldn't do.
Okay.
You know, and what to follow. But you know, it's all too common where you get these same kind of almost like commandments or tenets where you follow those.
Right.
And with the yamas and niyamas, it's like, don't be nonviolent, you know, be truthful, you know, be honest, and, you know, have some self-determination, influence, that type of thing, you know.
Yeah,
so
get off your butt, man.
That type of thing. So it's
get off your butt. Go make it happen.
Yeah. You know? So it's doing something, but it all ties into what I really want to do in the long run. So hey, I've seen the opportunity, might as well jump on it.
That makes sense, man. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't signed up for any classes yet. I might, if I can find time. But we'll see.
Yeah.
But, like I said, I did finally unshelve or reshelve my book, my library, and I got stacks of books.
Where is it? Where is your library at? In the front or in the room?
I left mine in the back. I put it in the back because I get mad when people walk off with my books.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna have them sign books out too.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do. I might, and I got 2 books I'm reading now. So I'm gonna get tonight. I'm gonna knock out a couple of chapters. I just, I just been doing stuff. I still been doing my blog, a couple of things like that. The faceoffchallenges.com. I'm still doing that. One word, faceoffchallenges.com, and that's really talking about overcoming these situations. So this next post that I'm doing now is gonna really be about falling off and getting started again. Yeah. So that's how I'm staying busy.
Okay.
That's how I'm keeping my mind from falling into idleness.
Okay.
That's what I've been working on. And all these things, just like you said, is headed toward one direction. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So I just want to make sure I stay on track. And that's a hard thing, especially something like this sidetrack you. Like, how many people they talking about out of work now? They got, I think unemployment rate is at 25% already. 25? Gosh. Yeah, the Great Depression, it was only what, 20, 25? 20. So we already reached the Great Depression.
In how many months?
In about 2 months. 2? We reached that level and is expected to go higher. So a lot of these people, just like everybody else, they had plans.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, now they in survival mode, and then the meat, meat on the shelves. It's not that much meat. The meat on the shelves. When you go to the store, you see the shelves kind of empty with meat. Yep. Yeah, man. Yep. So we looking at some very tough times ahead, and I think staying busy is the key. And I would attribute idle minds to some of the violence that we've been seeing around here.
Oh my!
With one of the young guys, 15, lost his life, but then another young guy, he was only 16. That's 2 gone. That's 2 victims if you ask me. I know you probably want to count only the gal got shot, but we got to look at it from. These are resources gone out the community. Yeah. But it's back to that idle mind again. It's back to that. Now they had some productive they were doing or going to something, trying to achieve something. He wouldn't have I'm sure he wouldn't have did that.
No. None of them probably.
Right.
But at the same time, I do have to say some of those happened during daylight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're around here, small town, but we don't have too many problems during the daytime because students in class, they're in class. But now it's like you have time to go out, you can go outside, you can go ride your bike, you you can do those things.
And that's what the little guy was riding his bike, man. And the other guy but it comes down to just like you saying, man. Just find you something to do. Yes. Find you something to read, something to learn. And if you feel like you're being pulled in that negative direction, then you need to think twice about, is this really what I want to do? Right. Or, is jail really my future? Is that what I want? I can't see nobody saying that.
No. And I remember when I was teaching, the little program that we had, and it's not like people just wake up and be like, I'm going to be smoking cigarettes for the rest of my life for the next 20 years once I hit this cigarette today.
Okay.
People just don't wake up and say, I'm finna go smoke me some heroin for the first time. They don't do it. It's some leading up to it. There was something, there's something that happened to lead up to it. So, you take a drink of alcohol, then you start drinking alcohol on the regular, then you take a puff or a pull of that cigarette, then you like, oh, I'm hooked on both now. What else can I try? So it's like that gateway type of drug type of thing. that gateway behavior,
Right.
you know. So you think of something, you like, man, maybe I can go get this out of this lady house. I went by her house, you know, and she had woo up the bam, and she don't really, you know, keep nothing open. I mean, she keep it open, but you know, it's not locked. I checked, you know, that type of thing, you know.
That's the negative thoughts crossing your mind. That's what you're talking about.
Those negativities just pop up here, there, you know, but are you fighting them? Are you suppressing them? You know, it's a practice.
Where they come from?
It practices.
Like
you have to practice this.
I'm saying where they come from. Where they originate from. Where they already there, that's just a dark side we all got. What you think? What's
so with the negative thoughts, yeah, they're already there.
So
the negative thoughts and the positive thoughts is that yin and yang. We can go back to it. That yin and that yang. That positive and that negative.
Right.
It goes together. Period.
Okay.
You know, it's magnetic. You know, it just forms and circles in a ball, that type of thing. So it's already there.
But what make them, again, going back to like this young guy, what makes him say, well, I know it
or
gotta
all
be
of them. You know, we don't even want to.
But it got to be an emotional response had to kick in and say, I want to kill this guy. And then the emotional side of it has to kick in. And then that sends them to do the action.
Impulsive, yes.
Yeah, impulsive. So once it goes into that motion with doing that action, it's too late to almost stop it. But the person is not thinking long term. They just thinking now.
Yes. Yes. And at the same time, it's that we all got that adrenaline going and pumping. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And we got to look at, what are you viewing? What are you watching? What are you playing? You know, as far as games, what are you viewing on YouTube, social media? You know, what are you listening to? You know, man. Then we can talk about the chemicals in your gut. Ooh, that's another story. So what are those chemicals doing to your brain?
Right.
And if you already had a problem, and now you probably drinking and smoking, and all of these things going on, you stressed out, your mama getting on your nerves, or whoever getting on your nerves, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever it is, it can be all of it. Because we can also include how no one just wakes up and say, I'm going to kill somebody today, really.
Do they?
Not too many people.
Yeah.
Not too many people. Right. But, you know, like the guy the other day that was running and jogging around in maybe the, I guess, wrong neighborhood, you know, and he basically died from jogging. Yeah. You know, I don't believe that he woke up and was like, I'm going to pass today. And I know the people didn't say, hey, I'm going to kill somebody today. You get what I'm saying? So, but there could be some negativity in those guys' brain in which they watch too much bull crap. They believe too much bull crap. Traditional, whatever it is, I don't know. But in their brain, they just defense, impulsive, ready to shoot.
Idle minds.
You sitting around. What were you doing? Two, it took you that long to get in your car. Where were your guns? You feel me?
Yeah.
Where were these weapons?
Right.
You probably had to load them up or they were already there. Whichever one it was. Right. But that idle mind, you're sitting and just, I'm finna go chase this guy down. Yeah. You don't have nothing else to do?
Yeah.
You couldn't be like woodworking, wood shopping or anything? Selling some soap or something, dude? Like you could have been doing something else. Washing your girlfriend's sister's car? It's other things to do in life. Right. Besides worrying about other people. Besides worrying about how they feel about you. And like you said, it's emotional too.
That was an emotional reaction with that.
Kicking in?
We know that was emotional.
Come on.
Well, there's no reason just to shoot an unarmed man and all he got on some shorts. And you run around, with guns in the truck. And that's a sad case, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen it now, but
I mean, all
that
of
was
it.
done. Yeah, that
All
not. I think that was more than idle mind, or I think that was to me. I mean, why would you ride around with guns in the truck unless you was looking for somebody? You know. So I think some of them guys just wake up, just want to do some crap, but again, I believe that started with an idle mind because if they was doing something constructive, why would you even want to do that? And then why would you even want to take a life like this guy? Because he had a lot of positive reviews. He was an asset. You know, you took out an asset to not only somebody who could have benefited you, benefited his community, but your community as well.
Yes.
That was dumb. But,
yes.
you know, that's how some of these people think. And I like this. I like this topic because it's something that needs to be addressed. But a lot of people don't know they being idle. They thinking watching TikTok videos, and I watched them. They'll sit there for hours watching these videos. Like they hypnotized, man, and I watched it. They was just, it was like this. You know, doing the different challenges. Yeah, you see the different. Look at this challenge. I say that.
Because it only lasts for so long.
But they would stay in that trance, just in that motion of looking at this and then going to look at that one.
Yeah.
But they don't know they being idle. How do you know you're being idle? That's my question now. So how do you know?
Being mindful. Period.
Okay, you got to break that down now. I'm gonna let you break that down.
You have to be mindful. So I think so usually like me working from home, I got 2 screens up. Then I have a laptop. Then I have a phone. That's 4 different devices or screens that I can be looking at per day. And I'm on all of them, just looking at different things. You know? And it's multitasking, but then it could get too much. You know? To where you got too much going on. You have too much going on. So by me realizing that, hey, I only need to do one thing at a time. I need to be doing my homework, or I need to be doing, one particular thing. I need to. But it takes some time and practice to be mindful.
So I see what you're saying. So you are doing things that are moving towards your goal. Instead of just doing things that's not moving toward anything. That's right. So that's, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
And you're mindful of the time you're spending on doing these things.
Some people even do like a timer. Some people do timers.
Okay.
Where some people map out their days. They have to. Right. They can't do anything else. So once they map out their days, they have a timer, and they can only spend 20 to 30 minutes doing this particular task because, hey, our mind now is basically wired a little bit different to where if you're sitting there at the computer for so long and all those blue lights, you guys need to look at that and look that up. Those blue lights emitting into your face and you just stuck. You don't even get up to stretch. My watch, it tells me to get up and stretch every 15 minutes almost. So it's like some people have timers for their tasks.
Right.
Then, hey, you go ahead and you study for 20 minutes. Then you take a break. Then you study some more. Then you take a break. Or, some people, when they doing exercising, they'll do like so many reps. They'll take a break. And they have a long list of, a 3-hour time frame of working out, but they have 20 minutes of just going hard. 15 minutes or 10 minutes of, taking a rest, talking or doing whatever. Then they do another 20 minutes of going hard, so it all depends, but just being mindful, you have to practice it.
So you saying set a schedule?
Set a schedule. Yeah.
Okay.
Get a routine.
How important is it to have a routine?
Very important. At least try to get a broad picture of, you know, your plan, your day, you know?
Okay.
Because if you're so used to going to work from 4 to 10, but you no longer have a job, you may get lazy. You know, you may start slacking on certain things. You should still be trying to work from 4 to 10. Right. You know, you should still be trying to find something you can possibly do, you know, from 8 to 2. You know, something like that. So, I mean, if you're not working, you should be doing something, you know, to keep your mind.
But stay on that schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. I talked to some guys doing time. They did a lot of time. And they said it's very important they stay on a schedule. And when they get out, a lot of them who get out who were successful with serving time, where they didn't get in any trouble, they were able to, you know, do their time successfully. Each one of them say the same thing. Nah, man, I kept to a schedule. You know, they had a workout schedule. They had a day they went there and they were a reading schedule. They had a schedule they'd sit down and just do art, where they could sit down and focus. And I'm gonna have to schedule that, man. I need to really schedule right brain activities in. Okay. You know, because right now, like I said, I'm really left-brained with everything I'm doing. It's, and I gotta, but you know, we want to get into whole brain learning, right? And whole brain activity, or activities that can be useful to, one, help you create and move forward. That creative side. Because that creative side is what's going to actually take you to the next level, right?
For sure. So, all right, can we get a little glimpse of what the left brain is and the right brain is? Are they flip-flop? And
well, I mean, it's all theory, you know. It's theory because they have done.
Is it the left brain controls the right side of the body or something?
Well, yeah, the brain works at crisscross, but and this is really a theory because, but it's a theory that holds some truth. So left brain activity would be more cerebral activity involved like mathematics, logical thinking, other things like that. This is the theory with left brain. Okay. Right brain activity is more artistic, creative. It's intuitive. That's why they say a lot of women are right-brained, you know, because they use that faculty first, then they go into the logic side. Okay. It was an experiment they did, and they had individuals draw a bike. Okay, so each one of the guys, everybody drew a bike, and the bike would have 2 wheels. You know, everybody drew 2 wheels, a frame, you know, a seat, all that. But when it came down to a lot of the guys with that bike, a lot of the guys drew the bike in detail. Like they drew the pedals. They had one pedal up, one pedal down. They drew the chain. They drew the gears to the chain, because that's a cerebral thing. Now the women had a more, what's the word? What they call that? You know, when art is they had a more designer type bike. Okay. It wasn't functional. Right. Like it had the wheels, then it had a little V, but it might not have the seat or a chain. It was like, well, what about the chain? They said, oh, you don't need that. Right. It was more of a
simplistic.
Yeah, it was a simplistic, but that's just a good example of that. And like I said, I'm really looking for me. I'm an investor, so I'm watching this thing right now because the deals haven't hit yet, but man, they're about to hit. So I'm trying to make sure I'm sharpening my knives right now. I'm in the kitchen with knife sharpeners and everything else. Yeah, I'm finna go hunt. I'm ready to hunt because it's about to come down, and I know it is. Down.
It's there.
Yeah,
it's ready to bust, like you said. It's ready to burst.
Right, but I need to get in. I still need to exercise the right brain. Or having that whole brain, because even Einstein, he would solve problems when he slept. Okay. That's whole brain activity. He did a lot of his problems or problem solving while he slept in his dreams.
How do you do that?
That's right brain activity, man. That's y'all thing.
I'm saying, so it's not necessarily like he was up, sleep and writing.
Well, no.
He just seen it.
Let's say you go to sleep and you got a problem on your mind, right? You like, man, how am I gonna do this? And then you'll go to sleep and you might have a dream of you had a shop and you were designing clothes or something. See, that's right brain activity now. See how that kick in? Now those two, when you find that balance, that's like a male and female balance. When you get both of them balances working together, you are on almost a genius level.
Oh wow. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
If you could find that balance, that's the trick.
Right.
Because a lot of people will stay in a problem solving mode, but they lose the creative mode.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
That visualization, able to see it, these pictures and all that. That's, you gotta have that, and that actually opens you up to see different things that you miss, and you're like, I didn't even see that. Now I see it. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta read. It's time for the thing. You gotta do the disclaimer.
Oh.
You got the disclaimer, man.
So this is Conscious Community Connections. This is Heather Javon.
CC. Tiger the Motivator.
You can hear Tiger. Yes, he's doing his thing. And this is WRFU 104.5, Urbana-Champaign. Views expressed are those of the speakers and are not intended to represent WRFU, UC, IMC, or Urbana Socialist Forum. So Damon and Kiki, they're doing their thing out there, you know. So we're going to make sure we keep delivering at least one show every week.
Yeah, one.
Okay. So we took a couple of, breaks or whatever, but we needed to make sure that we get the things that we need, especially the topics that we need in order to keep this show fresh and up to date.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We were talking about idle mind, the negativities of it and what it can do, but it can also lead to good things too.
Really?
Idle mind.
Like what? Ah, yeah. You talking? Not that one. Oh, okay.
No.
Man, Kiki just popped in here all of a sudden. It was like the spirit of Kiki just took over me. Yeah,
I mean, some people think about it.
Most babies are made in idle mind time.
Yeah. So is it just? Yeah. I mean, when I think about things, I think about that positive and negative of it. Right. But I know when I am stagnant, that I'm like, I'm so mad and furious and overwhelmed, and the energy is just being sucked out of me because I'm stagnant at this one place for too long.
Right.
I don't like it. I can't stand it. It makes me mad. So I use that anger, energy, whatever it is, frustration, all of that. I use that to filter that into some energy in which I just go into overdrive. Okay. And once I go into overdrive, it's just nonstop where I'm just going. And it's a cycle for me. So I reuse my energy. It's something, it's a name to that. I can't think of the name, but I just filter my energy. I use my energy for something else.
Now that's coming. That's because you had an idle mind. What's some of the good things that can come out of idle mind besides making babies?
I mean, you can come up with plans. You can come up with ideas, but there is just write it down, and execute it. But there's a lot of things that come with idle mind or stagnation, or when you fell off or whatever it may be. You have to, be you plateau.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a plateau.
Yeah.
You reach that level where you plateau for like the last 20 weeks or 40 days or whatever it is, right. You just plateaued and nothing is just going right, and where you need that stagnation, or you need that time to think, you need that time to, like pay a little bit more attention to your artwork,
Yeah. I gotta really get into mine, man. All this time down, I should have had about 3 pieces done. I ain't got none done.
I don't know.
I even started where you take the canvas and you gotta put the plaster over and all that stuff.
Mhm.
I even started too, man. They just sitting there looking at me. They not speaking to me.
Well, you'll get some time.
I got
I
time.
remember.
I just don't
It'll be certain a particular
that.
time
I need
because
something to
I'm
hit
like
me,
that.
something that go boom, something to be like, oh, I like that. I ain't got that. I don't have that thing to say, man, I like that.
It'll come.
Oh.
It's almost like writer's block.
Yeah, that's what I got.
You know?
I definitely got writer's block.
So it's like, man, I can't do anything right now. Like, there is nothing coming to me until that one day you like, oh my, why didn't I think about that? That's the simplest thing.
I see what you're saying. I definitely got writer's block. That I got.
Yep.
I just, because I struggled with that piece I just did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so behind with that, but just is what it is.
Take it down. Because we're always rushing certain things. And
Well, this threw off my routine. See,
Okay.
I had a routine at first. Like the routine would be go to work, come home, you know, but being in a house all day, that's driving me bananas, man. 'Cause
I
you
know
I'm an
it. I'm
outside
glad you
dude.
said something.
I'm used to being in the street,
I know that.
you know.
Yeah.
I'm an in the street dude, not
Yes.
an industry dude, but
Right.
I will be out there
Gone all day.
yeah, until it's time for me to go to sleep.
Mhm.
Then I'll make my way back home, or
Mhm.
I get tired. But
Yep.
the energy has become stale in the house.
Well, you got some of those saves now.
Oh yeah,
So-
man, she got. Hey, if you're looking for sage sticks, you're looking for what's the other sticks you got? Oh, but I'm just saying, payload. Yeah, well, just to let you know, somebody got it. Yes, a very nice
Yes.
thing, but the energy is stale. And now I'm sensitive to this because I'm gonna tell you, I have a hard time sleeping in the same room for too long. In the same, I gotta change up.
Yeah, and I'm glad because I just thought of something. I'm glad we on this.
Okay.
So when I get, I go through the same thing. When I get like overwhelmed, mad, anything like that, tired or frustrated, I rearrange my room. I rearrange a room.
Feng shui, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I manipulate,
break
up the energy. You got to,
Yeah.
So I will rearrange. Like right now,
That's
my
good.
living room, it's been like this for a couple of weeks. But at the same time, it's almost stale. It's almost to the point where we know where the couch is.
Right.
I'm gonna just keep laying over here on this couch.
So then, and you lose your, you don't see the room anymore.
Right.
Then when you rearrange it, you notice it again.
Yeah.
It becomes, it just becomes a piece in a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
But I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Rearrange some stuff, and that will help the idle mind. You just sitting there, you like, oh my.
Yeah.
So, with my living room, the thing is, I don't have a lot of things in my living room.
Yeah.
So I can move it around a lot,
I like that.
different places, add things, take it out. I do a lot of that.
Okay.
So it's like this item has been sitting here on my wall in the living room. I might take it to my room, or the kids' room and just switch it out.
Okay.
So it's like everything has more than one function almost in here, to where I don't have a crowded, actual house. I don't.
Right.
It's for
I don't like a lot of
purposes.
clutter,
Because even in my bedroom right now, where I'm already ready to do something, but I think I'm going to just repaint something.
Okay.
I'm going to repaint a picture,
On your wall?
Yeah.
Oh man, I know a guy.
I'm gonna spray paint it a different color.
I know a guy down with that, man.
Yeah.
This dude.
It's just you gotta.
Yeah, man. He is good with that. He would go out and he does some excellent murals and things like that. You think about something like that?
No. I got a big painting. I only paid like $20 for it. It was a steal.
Oh, okay.
Only $20 for it, and I wanted gold, so
You
I'm
wanted
gonna paint it gold.
Okay.
Yep. So it's gonna look decent.
Cool. I already know. Your levels of creativity is out there. You next level.
Yep.
So that I have no doubt on.
Yep.
For real.
So it's that time, because my favorite verses in the Bible is there's a time and a place for everything. That's in Ecclesiastes,
Right.
chapter 3. That's universal. That's a law. There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time,
Right.
to move your furniture around. There's a time to get a job. There's a time to lose your job. There's a time to cry and happy and all of this. It's that time right now. This time is 2020. Right now, it's that time. It's that time.
Okay.
The planet knows. The universe knows. I mean, like all of that. It's that time.
Okay.
What are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, man.
Yep.
And stop getting fat. I'm blowing up, man. I'm telling you. I keep eating all these cupcakes at home, man. But I am hitting weights, though. I am hitting the weights. It's just.
I'm waiting on my bands.
You got
Not
some
bands.
What you got?
Those pulley things.
Oh,
I
okay.
forgot those.
Yeah, I've been
I'm
hitting it,
some of
man.
those.
I'm gonna go ahead tonight and hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And that routine right there helped free my mind and just go in there and just hit them weights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just focus out, turn on the music, man, and just sit there and be pumping it up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
You sweating the toxins out for one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you moving more oxygen to all of the, rest of your body besides just your lungs.
right.
So yeah, that's why exercise is so great.
Okay.
Yep.
I think tonight, what plans you got? I think later
I'm
on this
eating.
week.
I've been being fat, so I've been eating. No, I've been being fat.
Oh,
I'm not fat, but I've been being fat.
Oh, okay.
As far as eating junk, I have been eating some junk. I ain't even gonna tell y'all. Y'all be like, what?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, me. So I was vegan for 2.5 years.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
So
You just
I'm
changing
no
it
longer
up again.
vegan.
You changing it up.
Yeah.
And then later on, what comes later,
It's
we'll
gonna be
see.
some more stuff. Yeah.
I know it is.
Pescatarian or some other stuff, or I don't know. I got my sea moss in the refrigerator right now, so I mean, hey,
Okay.
I looked up some other stuff. I'm always going back to health, but I take colloidal silver, but I'm also going to take a couple other supplements too.
Now,
But
how does that taste?
it's alright, but
What it,
it ain't
That's-
like a nickel like you chewing on it or
but
nothing.
that's for like antibiotic. That's almost used
Immune
as an
system.
antibiotic immune system, right? Yeah. Okay.
Build your immune system up.
Yeah.
So, with anything, you don't supposed to take it all the time.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
a lot of people, like, I take black seed oil for the last 35 years. It's like, oh wow, okay.
Man.
You need to, you have to rotate on the eating. You have to rotate on your supplements too.
That black seed oil had me dreaming crazy. Do it make you dream crazy?
I get some crazy.
Get some
dreams,
very
too.
vivid dreams with
So,
black seed oil, man.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I take it at nighttime to help me kind of mellow out. I used to. Oh man,
Yeah.
I was on different planets.
Yeah. Oh
Running
yeah,
from
it gets you where you need to
Yeah,
go.
running from some big giant rabbits one time, chasing me,
Wow,
man. Thought I was a carrot.
Dang.
Yeah, man, hell yeah.
Yeah, I've had some weird dreams on
Had
that
some
too,
lasers,
so.
laser shot at me. I'm like, what the hell?
But I always have kind of weird dreams anyway. So
Yeah, but take that black seed. That black seed, it's good for you. It's
yeah,
real
it's
good
good
for you.
It's good. There's a lot
Yeah.
of different things that people need to really research and understand
Right.
where the different organs really do some justice if you eat it.
Mhm.
Meaning, like if you eat beef liver, it will help your own liver out.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's going back to the ancient ancestors and people. They say, hey, if you have a problem with your heart, you should eat, that part of the body or that part of the animal,
Right.
and it can actually help you.
Yeah, man, that's
So.
deep. You going into some Native American stuff there.
For sure.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's real too.
Yeah, that's where we came from, though. You know.
Yeah.
That's from the line. But we ain't gonna keep getting back in all that health. It's good to talk about it, but it's.
But that's something to do. You got all this idle time.
Yeah.
Learn about this.
Learn about it.
Yeah, learn about colloidal silver. Learn about black seed oil.
I take.
Learn about the dreams you're gonna have behind this, man. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be driving some dreams. Yeah. I don't know. I know my sister takes it. I asked her. I said, "Do you get these real vivid dreams when you take that?" She said, "Yeah." Mm-hmm. So I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
So it must be,
And sea moss is pretty good.
Sea moss make you dream crazy?
No. But it's good for the body.
Yeah, because I don't want to wake up dreaming crazy no more, man. Yep. I don't want to be running.
Yeah, I got...
in Chicago at the health food stores, they got several of them up there. We got them.
Yep.
I know over there where they got the vegan restaurant on 75th Street, there you can always get that type of stuff.
Yep.
They got some real good food there too, man. Well, with the meat shortage, I think a lot of us gonna be vegan in a minute. But I think this is a good time for me to learn how to cook meals that are vegan.
Yeah, for sure.
And then incorporate that, because I've never really been a solid meat eater. I will eat more and then eat a little bit of meat. Like I don't, everything in moderation. But I think this is a good time to learn how to cook some real good vegan meals. I mean, like the ones they cook on 75th, I got to get you there. When this thing get done, we got to go. We keep saying it. We got to go.
Okay. Yeah.
And because they just got some outstanding food. It's a couple of places up there. Now, if I could cook like that, or if I had a woman who could cook like that.
They had a festival. I wanted to go one time. Couldn't even go. And this around the time they have the festival too.
Damn.
Yep.
Doggone it.
Dang.
We might not have no summer.
We ain't gonna have no summer.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have one at all. Cause even with the governor, we have to tell certain people through our job, we waiting on him.
Right.
Right. To tell us when we can, do what we can do.
Right.
And that won't be until late May that we can possibly do something. But it looks like it's rolling into almost June, and let's see, school, like summer school usually is around in June, July.
Right.
And I don't even know about that. I'm hearing that that's not even occurring.
I don't think that's going to occur.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
Grade schoolers and stuff. So
I don't see that. I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
so
I know.
We don't have a summer. Man.
Online.
And maybe that explains a lot of these people that's marching on the capitals. Idle minds.
Idle minds.
Yeah, they can't take it no more, man. They'd rather go out there and get sick, man. They don't have their mask on,
Idle minds.
Now,
why they not locking them up?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Why?
That is true.
Very
true.
I had to kind of snap on somebody a couple of weeks ago in it was a good way. It was in like a little text or responding to someone's Facebook. But, it was just where I had to let the person know, like, you're entitled to your own opinion. But if you want to be on the front line, like we have been, go ahead. But half of them ain't gonna want to do that. You ain't ready to be on no front line, so go ahead and sit down. I watched something the other day. They were out at the beach. Ain't nobody go to jail. Ain't nobody getting handcuffed. Ain't nobody getting their face pushed into the sand. Everybody around there having fun and protesting and yelling and probably spitting and all of these other things.
They
but
took
ain't nobody
guns into the Capitol, to Michigan Capitol. They took guns, loaded guns. So your camera went off there too. But
yeah, like no, nobody has time for that. This we can clearly see
assault rifles, man.
These double standards that they have on what can be done and what can't be done, and who they're taking and who they're not.
Yeah.
So we see that. We need to really understand what we need to come together on. And I do believe we need to heal, do some more self-love, and some reflections. What you went through is not the end. You know, you still got life. There's still life out here. There's still things that needs to be had. You know, the reason you're here right now is, man, you probably made a promise or something. I don't know. Figure it out.
But don't be idle.
Don't be idle.
All right.
Don't be idle. Read something.
Yeah.
That's what you should be doing. Read. I got some books right now. This one. Ooh. I got some books that we can actually like really reference. I got Illusions, The Adventures of a Reluctant Messiah by Richard Bach. Great book. You introduced this to me. Great freaking book. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, hush. And I had to go buy it. There's another book. I don't know. I think I got this. Yeah, out of the IMC building. I haven't even got to it yet. But it's Soothe Your Nerves, The Black Woman's Guide to Understanding and Overcoming Anxiety, Panic, and Fear by Dr. Angela Neal Barnett. Haven't even got to this yet. You know? Another book, When Friendship Hurts.
That looks interesting.
This one was sent to me. Someone gifted this to me.
Yeah, that looks really
Haven't
good.
even got to it yet.
Yeah.
How to Deal with Friends Who Betray, Abandon, or Wound You. By Jan Yeager. I haven't even got to this one yet.
Yeah,
and
that
I'm
looks
going to have
good.
to read this one front to back.
That's
I know
a good
that.
one there. That looks really good.
The Reflection Pond. These are just, little affirmations, meditation type of series.
Now, what's that workbook?
The workbook. Oh my! I took this class, mindfulness class, 8 weeks. Okay, we were required to do mindfulness at home, at the job, walking mindfulness, in the shower mindfulness, brushing your teeth mindfulness, while you're in the car mindfulness, whenever you want to do.
So,
in
the shower is you noticing that you're in the shower?
You're noticing
the
that
water.
Right now in this present moment, I'm in the shower.
And the water is hitting my body?
The water is hitting my body. I'm about to put this loofah scrub to work.
Okay.
I don't know. That didn't sound right.
No, it didn't. No, it actually sounded pretty good on my end,
but put some soap
Kiki
on the
jumped in
loofah
again.
and
I
go.
blame Kiki on
that type of thing.
Got to
But
put
yes,
things to
being
work.
mindful.
That's Kiki jumping in again, man. That's not
my
me.
gosh.
I don't do that stuff.
The Mindful Way workbook.
Being
It's
possessed.
an 8-week program to free yourself from depression
about
and
me something.
emotional distress.
I'm telling you.
So it's for it's a workbook, and I was able to do more breathing exercises, being more mindful, and when I took the class, it was like, oh, okay, cool, let me go ahead and pay this. It was like $250, but it was good.
Okay.
It was real good. So
I like that.
those are some books that you could possibly read right now, but you gotta be in tune with what really drives you, what will motivate you, what will push you. Limit the negative stuff. Increase the positive things. Like the first couple of weeks of when this stuff started, I was buying a lot of different things. So I knew for a fact, like, hey, I can start doing what I really want to do, and that is being an entrepreneur.
Okay.
So I got the tools. I need time to do it. When am I going to do it? I've been doing it a little at a time.
Yeah, there's no rush. That you said something very important. How important is pacing yourself? And I don't know how much more time we have. I think we over an hour or something. But
I think we about an hour.
Yeah, you an hour plus in because we started at 7:15.
Okay.
But go ahead. How important is your pace?
Yeah, you need that momentum.
Okay.
It's like climbing that hill or, you know, that roller coaster type of thing. You need that momentum. You know, you gotta keep it.
Okay.
You gotta keep it. And then, like, how?
Well, how do you know you found your pace? How do you know you? Are you comparing yourself to somebody else?
No.
That
I used
would you
to.
do
I
that?
could, but
Did that work for you?
Nope.
Mm.
I work on my own time.
And you're at your own pace.
At my own pace. You know?
Okay.
And I'm not rushing for nobody or nothing. So if I don't meet my deadline, I just don't meet my deadline. I just make another one. You know, and that's what I teach people. You know, like, make another deadline. You know, that didn't fall through, so make another deadline. You know?
Right.
So I was supposed to graduate. I wasn't able to graduate for the summer. Now I'm picking another deadline. It's still in 2020. I'm going to graduate with my master's in December. You know? So I'm picking another deadline. You know? And hey, it's going to get done.
Okay.
You know?
I like that.
It's going to get done. So I got other things I have to do too. You know, there's other things that I've created, came up with, and they're sitting. They're idle. They're idle. The things that I have, they're idle. But it's like energy, you know? Or this bottle still has energy, or it still has some type of I cannot get the words that I need today.
I think I know you going.
Oh, that's what it is. Potential energy. That's
energy.
what I need.
Kinetic energy and potential energy.
Okay? So the bottle has potential energy, but once I knock it down, it has energy.
Kinetic. Then that's kinetic when it's in
You
motion.
know?
Yeah.
So my book has idle going on because it's sitting over there. I already looked through it, corrected everything I need to, but it's just sitting there. It's being idle right now. It's not being utilized. It's stagnant. It's not growing. You know, that type of thing. But it has potential energy.
Okay.
You know, it got potential energy. So how can you get that to activate? You know, how do you do that? You know, by reading. You know, by trying to experiment with different things. You know, you have to execute it. Put some action to it. You have to put action to it.
So you got to put the action to it. I like this.
Yep. Put some action to it.
I'm enjoying this.
Yep.
I'm going to work tonight. I got some things I got to get in to tonight. I'm going to sit down and finish my other writing. So I guess going forward, what would you like to lead them with? Anything, or what you think?
I push it. Read. I've always liked reading. Love reading. I'm like a spitting image of the lady that I shared the birthday with. She always had a book in her purse. Always had a book in her purse. Everywhere she went, she would pull that book out and she was reading. She likes the erotic, exotic, romance novels. No, not even all of that. Sorry. She likes the romance novels.
Okay.
But they're not the ones that I like. I like exotic novels and romantic, urban, you know, those type of, books.
Okay.
So I read those. That's where I get my ideas. That's where I get my creativity.
Maybe I need to read that stuff.
You know, when I stopped doing my poems, I was like, how can I get myself back to in there?
I'm gonna have to read
That's what I do.
Read some love stuff, some freaky books.
Yep.
Right.
I don't know about that. Those are my favorite.
Well, ain't that the same? Erotic or exotic?
Yeah. But those are my favorite. So
that's what I'm saying.
That's why.
But maybe I need to read that to get my right brain into kicking into motion.
I don't know now.
I'm just asking. That's all.
No, I don't know.
That?
No, I'm not suggesting that. I'm letting you know that that's what I like. I wasn't reading my favorite novels. I was reading stuff like the Mindful Way books and
gotcha.
You know, how
but that's
to
what
reduce.
I'm saying. You said that's what you like.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
my
all.
favorite. Yep.
I don't know. You gave me an idea. I might sit down and try to read one of them.
Yep. So
most guys we'll do a video.
whatever.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Kiki kicked in again.
Oh my God.
But I'm just saying we will do a video. But
yeah.
a video is not the same as a book.
No. Because I have to use my brain. You know what I'm saying? I'm imagining things and picturing things. That's why it's good to read. You know? Because you're working that brain.
And I think we might be damaging ourselves using videos. See, you just hit me up to something here, man.
So I'm reading that, and then it also has me to reflect on what I've went through. Wow. So now what I'm going to do is I have so many poems, it doesn't make any sense. I started writing poems. My stepmother, she's a writer. I started writing poems in 5th grade. Right. I think. Wow. Maybe even before then. So even some of those
that's a lot of
poems in my teenage years are still out there in my garage.
Really?
I have a lot of poems. Most of my poems is about love. You know? Right. So what I want to do is I want to create a collection of certain things, small little books, not too fancy, just expressing my poems and a couple of other affirmations and a couple of reflections. There I go. I'm tapping back into some stuff, basically.
But you tapping into love, and love is a powerful emotion. That's real powerful.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the strongest emotions.
For sure. And
you know, and that's, I see what you're doing, and so you able to derive your energy from tapping that source.
Yes, and I know my sources. Some people don't. So I was idle, or I was stagnant, plateau type of thing, you know. Right. And how do I tap back into that? Because I was feeling like I was dumbed down, not doing what I wanted to do or was supposed to do, or felt like I wasn't doing enough. So how can I tap back into that? Oh, I haven't read a novel in so long. I got plenty of books outside. So many books. I was in one of those book clubs. Right. For romance novels. Oh, I got so many novels. It don't make any sense. So I'm on my 3rd novel. So I read 2 books in 4 days.
Wow, that book must have really been interesting.
The other books are waiting for me. You know, the ones with the life lessons and, the self-care, the self-love, how to, get over depression, mindfulness, all of those things. I've consumed those for the past how many years. Now it's to get back to my creativity, as well. So it's like you rotate. Like I was talking about rotating on your exercise, rotating on your supplements, rotate on your feed. What you eating and drinking and stuff. Rotate. It's all a cycle and a circle.
I like that. You gave me some ideas. Yep. You actually did. I'm gonna go check in.
Some of that. Into some stuff.
And stop watching the videos.
I didn't know you were really talking about that. Hush.
No, whatever. I'm just saying. I'm really just thinking about it. No. I really, man, because I need to get back into my art, like painting. I like airbrushing, but just like I said, nothing just hit me. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go home and just do a lot of. I like painting fire because I like how fire, when you paint fire and smoke, it's a roll to it. It got a roll in the design. So I like seeing those curves. They. I could just sit there and just do the fire all day, and then color it out. Yeah. I love doing that. So you just gave me some ideas. Man.
Yeah. And even with that, eventually, hopefully, you can just start recording yourself doing it.
Oh yeah, that's coming next.
Even if you just doing it and not really posting it yet, it could be 3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is what I did. And that can help. Yep. So it's like, I got a friend. We've been in contact. I gotta call her soon. But, she wants to do something that she never done before, And I'm the one that she called because I'm on the podcast. Right. I'm already doing something that she wants to do. you know, I'm already, you know, speaking out and doing certain things. So I'll pave the way, but certain people are trying to link up with me so that they can, you know, at least live out their dream too.
Yeah, they want to get started.
You know, because I know a lot of people, when we started this, wasn't nobody doing no podcasts around here. Nobody was doing any like YouTube, anything, you know? And once they seen I was doing something or with other people, it was like boom. And now it's really like boom, you know? I've been in this for almost, it's going on 2 years.
2 years, man.
I be losing track. Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
Well, it's not like work. It's more like, well, it is work.
It is.
But it's just doing something you want to do. So now it's time to go to that next level. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, I guess, I think the last thing I would just say is, don't be idle. You know, find something you're interested in. Find something you want to do. Find something that interests you. If you don't find something that interests you, take time out and read one of them exotic books. No. Do something really with your time.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, that's a good idea. Read a book. Read anything, man. I like reading books on metaphysics, though. I do enjoy metaphysics. Reading books about all type of stuff. I'm reading about the jinns right now. Who the jinns are?
The
genies. Yeah, the genies. The race of the jinns. Oh, it's deep. Wow. It's deep. It's deep. But those type of things, I like reading that. So I got a book on that talking about jinns and genies. I didn't even know it was a part. This off subject though. I didn't even know there was a part in the Quran that was for jinns. You know? Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So, but
wow.
That's what I like. I didn't know that. Now I'm learning that. You know, but find something. Find something that interests you. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, we supposed to learn and grow and grow and learn. You know, the universe, God, whoever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, wants us to have abundance.
Right.
That's abundance. Knowledge, wisdom.
I'm with it. This was very informal to me, informational, and I thank you for your time doing this lockdown. Me and Heather, we've been working, you know, we work together through this stuff, man, so I like this, man. And Kiki and Damon, we can't have too many in right now. We kind of just want to stick to, you know, the ones who have been back and forth with each other. And that's why we ain't got our mask, because we do want you to practice wearing your mask. I don't care if you got to wear a bandana on your face, wear your mask. I don't know if it's 5G, whatever you want to think. Whatever it is, wear your mask. That's all I ask. That's all anybody asks. Just wear it, be safe. We'll figure it out later. We have later. And this too shall pass.
Yes.
Yeah, this is not forever.
No, it's not.
So don't act like it's forever. And I want to see you on the other side. You know, that's all. Yeah. That's all I want to say. So, all right, y'all. Well,
this is Conscious Community Connections, where we keep the community connected. Yeah. This is 104.5 FM, WRFU. Views expressed are those of the speakers and are not intended to represent WRFU, UC, IMC, or Urbana Socialist Forum. Right. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Enjoyed you. Be safe.